Hey everybody, it is Toronto Unicorn here, and I have to make a video as a special tribute to my one and only idol who happened to pass away today, which is June 29th, 2023. It is Sue Jo Hansen. I had to make a video. I just got the news about an hour ago, and I have to talk about it. So, I am Toronto Unicorn. I'm a sex educator. I talk about sex on YouTube and my podcast and everywhere else where I don't get banned. And I have always talked about Sue Jo Hansen as being my biggest inspiration. And I would never have been here if it weren't for her. She was a woman who had first a radio show on Q107 in Toronto. And then it was like a TV show on Sunday nights in the 80s where it was called like Talk Sex with Sue. It was called Sex with Sue. And it was like an older woman, old enough to be your grandmother. And I'll put a picture on the screen. And basically, she would talk about sex so openly, so bluntly, and like so helpfully because she was actually a nurse. She was clinically trained. So she would have a call-in show and take questions like, you know, I can't stop queefing, or like, I can't give a good blowjob without hitting teeth. Can I have sex in a hot tub without, issues? And the way this woman talked was amazing. She would just not look flustered, like she would not ever look uncomfortable talking about sex. And back in the 80s, that wasn't common. And even today, 2023, not that common. So I remember as a kid, literally, I was born in 83. I was a kid, right? So I would be like, Sunday nights, okay, it's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna watch Sex with Sue. I think it was on at 8, I don't know. And I would sit there and I would listen to every single word because this woman made it okay to talk about sex. She was the only one in my entire world in that time who made it okay to talk about sex. My parents didn't, my siblings didn't. I didn't get a lot of inspiration or influence anywhere else, especially because there was no internet or AI, right? So I had sex with Sue. I had Sue Jo Hansen. Sue Jo Hansen is what taught me that it's okay to like sex. It's okay to talk about sex. It's okay to help others get better at sex. And it's okay to have a lot of questions about sex. And without her influence, without her being a beacon of light or a light to illuminate a path for others like me, where would we have been, right? Where would I have been without a sexual education that was better than what, the high school was providing or whatever, right? So I have to say that she is a trailblazer. She is a pioneer. She's a legend. She's an icon. She was actually born in Toronto, and even up until last week, I was hoping to meet her because I wanted to actually sit down with her, show her my channel, show her what I've been doing, and thank her for her inspiration because I wanted to let her know that her impact has impact. I want to metaphorically stand on the shoulder of giants, and she is a giant, in order to expand my own reach. So without her, I wouldn't have had that base to begin with. So I never got a chance to thank her. So when I found out she passed today, I had to make a video that is way overdue. Even the podcast episode I just released, number 31 with Francesca, I referenced how I wanted to be the next generation Sue Jo Hansen, and that was just published a few days ago. So I was really hoping to connect back with Sue Jo Hansen, especially because she lives in Toronto. But that, it is, things come to an end, and she was 93. So I will leave a message about this. This is unscripted. If she didn't show me that it was okay to be interested in sex, I would have always kept that a little bit more close to the chest or close to the vest, whatever it's called, because I didn't think it was invited in society, and it wasn't. But she had a crack in the concrete of society, of our cultural conditioning, of our societal conditioning, of our parental indoctrination. She was a crack of light that showed that there was a fucking world outside where you could talk about sex and not be shamed for it. And thank God for her. Because now, even just as my channel and my podcast, I'm taking a megaphone, metaphorically, and talking about sex and talking about swinging, because I want everyone out there who hears me to feel a little bit more comfortable for themselves to talk about sex, even if it's just sex with their own partners that they want to talk about. I want to help others do what Sue Johanson did for me. I am going to leave a thumbnail or a selection of thumbnails on the end screen of this video of some of the best Sue Johanson videos I could find. And I hope you enjoy some of the clips. So cheers to Sue Johanson. You created a whole generation of people who were sex positive, and I hope to carry on that legacy. I hope to do you proud.